We live in a world of reciprocity. You can call it karma.
Mm-hmm.
You can call it what goes around comes around. But what Emerson talked about, in his essay, Compensation, he talks about we will be compensated for how we
Compensate others.
How we compensate others.
Zig Ziglar says, if you want to achieve any goal, help everyone else achieve their goals.
Yeah.
Something like that too,
And the interesting thing is it's uplifting to you. Just the act of giving.
Service, giving.
It brings all of these positive chemicals alive in your body, the dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin, and, all this kind of stuff. And that makes you more willing to accept risks. It makes you more optimistic. Mm-hmm. Those chemicals are working at good things. And so when you're giving to others, you're giving to yourself.
Yeah. What is one way of thinking or one habit that creates bad luck for ourselves?
Feeling that we're a victim.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling sorry for ourselves. Feeling helpless. I am a huge, huge believer in personal accountability. If something goes wrong, how much of that do I own? Probably 95% or 100% of it, usually. And anyway, if something does go wrong in my world, the world is typically not inclined to fix that for me.
No. People aren't going to come rescue you.
Yeah.
They got their own problems.
That's right.
When we give luck to another, what are we saying to God or to the world when we're constantly generating luck in others? And on top of that, how do we make sure we're not only a giver to people who are takers?
Yeah.
And not thinking, how can I also return the favor in the future?
Yeah, or giving it to get something back in return. Don't think in terms of getting something back in return.
Uh-huh.
Don't count on. Don't even talk about it. Don't expect to get praise for being a generous person. Do some things anonymously. And I think, and there's one other thing, and it's kind of akin to what you're asking, I think, and it's this whole thing of gratitude. Be grateful that you can give, that you're in a position to give. And everybody is in a position to give. I don't care if it's a compliment. I don't care if it's just giving someone a pat on the back, asking someone an opinion and saying, you know a lot about this. Let me ask your opinion. Well, that's kind of, that makes the other person feel good.
Yeah.
But be grateful for all the stuff. Gratitude is a huge thing. And you talk about getting the negativity out of your head, reducing the negative thinking. Gratitude is just every day. Stop. When in a situation, you're bummed out about a situation, you're frustrated, and you're feeling sorry for yourself, think, what have I got to be grateful for here today around me, in my world?
Yes.
It's a beautiful antidote.
Yeah. You've got, again, we've talked about lucky you've got U squared and the quantum leap strategy. What is the quantum leap framework that you talk about?
Well, a lot of people, one of the reasons they're unsuccessful with their goals is they don't really have a strategy. Or they try too many things. They're flailing about. Usually if you want it to go into a new area and it looks overwhelming, what do I need to learn? What do I need to do? Usually there's a very small handful of things that have the big leverage. And we have these. First, you need a super clear, huge, important, lovable aiming point. Okay? Something that is going to stretch you. And it's important to you. So pick a very ambitious aiming point. Second, practice relentless pursuit. Be the crawler. Stay at it. Take the failures as a coaching lesson. Where's the lesson here? Okay, adapt, go on. Don't take yourself to the bench and sit the rest of your life out wishing you'd done something. Aiming point, relentless pursuit, and then the mind work. And the mind work is Do the necessary mind work. What is that? Well, that is disciplining your thinking like you would discipline your body or discipline your child or whatever. You know, you follow discipline the way you drive, for Pete's sake. You stay between the lines, you know. You don't run stop signs. Okay, well, put a stop sign in your mind when the negative stuff comes in. No, you know, I'm not going to entertain that. I'm not going to stay there. So part of it is pushing yourself with real discipline and mindfulness to be optimistic. It's huge. It is really, really huge. The other part of the mind work is the ritual, that daily opening your mind. First of all, you read through your goal because that keeps goal front of mind. And if it goes out of your mind, luck quits thinking about it too. Okay? And during that kind of a ritual, like I said, that's when your intuition is free to kind of surface, bubble up through your head. So we got the aiming point, relentless pursuit, do the necessary mind work, and the fourth one, which sounds so simplistic and nobody does it, and it's the tracking.
Tracking.
Track your results. Track your results and measure progress. When I go to the gym, that evening, I'll mark on my calendar. I get to put a square around that day. And if you're not tracking, you're hiding from the truth. Because tracking is like a truth serum. It says whether you're following the quantum leap ritual, whether you're following this whole U-squared method of aiming point, pursuit, mind work, and tracking. Now, are there other things? There's a zillion other little tactics that one can do. But we're talking about not just 80-20 in terms of you're trying to achieve greater levels of success. We're saying 95-5. 95% of the stuff is noise. It's helpful, maybe even unhelpful. But 5% is mission critical. That's the mission critical.
Yeah.
If you will stay with that, trust the method. Trust the method. Just do that. People overcomplicate this.
Yes.
And I keep saying that all the time. Trust the method.
You've been in psychology and high performance learning and teaching and training for 6 decades now, right?
Basically 5.
5
well,
decades.
No, about 6, I
6
guess.
decades since studying in school to working with individuals one-on-one to then working with corporations and businesses and high-profile individuals. So in 6 decades, if you could give yourself 3 pieces of advice of all the information you've learned, from all the books you've written, all the books you've read, all the research, all the science that was out back then, the science that's out now, if you were like, I can only give myself 3 pieces of advice to use to create an incredible life for myself, what would that be for you?
Take more risk. Believe in myself more. Be willing to fail.
Why believe in self more?
There's a saying that the Navy SEALs have. I think it's, I may be a little bit off on this list, but I think it's 40% rule. It says most people, when they get to 40% and it gets harder, they quit. They think, I'm through, I'm finished. And that much is left in terms of true capability.
Potential.
Yeah.
60% left they haven't tapped into.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.